Hey, Garden Hutch fans! We are celebrating week 25, and a lot can happen in 1 week. Let's take a quick look, and we'll show you what we've got growing on. So last week, I was on a vacation. I spent a little time with my dad down in South Georgia and got away for a little bit. And let me tell you, that week, everything grew. I don't know if you could see the tomatoes behind me, but we're going to take you through a walk in this old garden. I'm going to take you to the top garden just to give you an idea of what that looks like and just kind of break everything down and show you what we've got. Since I've been gone over the last week, I'm telling you, yesterday we picked a lot of veggies. And if you want to check out a picture of what we picked yesterday, go take a look at our Facebook page. It's the Garden Hutch, and we post pictures of our veggies on there all the time, what we're picking, what we're doing. So just take a quick look at that. But let's take a look behind me and see what happened. So you can tell that our goal for this trellis was to grow our cherry tomatoes. Last year, we thought if we had a tall enough trellis, they would just keep growing. We've seen videos of people growing them 30 foot tall. So we wanted to try our hand at this. And what better space than to use this cattle panel that we've already installed in here. And within a week, these have grown about 2.5 feet. Before I left, they were this level. And you can tell, I mean, they've grown a ton. So we're going to start training them up and over. And you can see the top up there. So they're almost there. And I'm really excited. And cool part is they are setting their little tiny cherry tomatoes. I don't know if you could see them, but we've got a couple in here. And in the top garden, of course, I'll take you up there. But we've got some awesome tomatoes growing on. But these are just making me so happy. And I don't know if you can get in there, but there is a cluster right there. This is just super exciting. Another thing is, before I had left, we came in and we planted all these green beans in the potato space where we pulled up our potatoes. Within a week, this is what they look like. It's amazing. This heat has been awful in Arkansas. I know a lot of people are experiencing that, but it's definitely helped out our green beans, especially the new ones. I need to get in here and plug in a few dead spots that the beans didn't come up in, but overall, this space did really well. While I was gone, Jeremy also came in and pulled up the existing green beans. They were done flowering and producing. We got about 3 gallons off of this space alone, which was awesome. So I'm hoping we get double that out of the potato space where we planted the new green beans. But he came in and planted some okra, and we've got a few sprouts coming up. I love my pickled okra. There's a lot of people that have had my pickled okra. We've struggled to get okra the last few years because the weather has just been awkward. So we're hoping this space will allow us to get enough pickled okra and be able to share with everybody. Another awesome thing that Jeremy did before I had left was planted another round of lettuce. We talked about how we were hoping, because this space doesn't get a lot of heavy sun, that this lettuce is going to carry us over. So we're going to see, but it is coming up. It's doing really well. And hopefully we'll get another thing of lettuce and be able to carry over our salad greens. But the cucumbers, we talked about this being my happy place. This is the slicing cucumbers. While I was gone, Jeremy picked a lot of slicing cucumbers. If you go look at that picture on our Facebook page, I picked a lot yesterday. It was wild in here. The pickling cucumbers also are doing really well. I'm going to pick again tomorrow. It looks like we're going to be picking every other day and pickling. I was able to get 4 jars done yesterday, 2 of them slicing cucumbers. Actually, 3 of them were slicing cucumbers and 1 quart of the full pickles. So we're hoping a lot of that starts taking off. Usually in June, mid-June is when I start really having to pickle every day. So we'll see what happens with that. But there are a ton of flowers. There are a ton of cucumbers growing and forming, so we'll be picking possibly every other day on that. Let's take a quick second. I'm going to take you up to the top garden, show you what happened within the last week. Before we go up to the top garden, I had to share I have a loofah. Loofah. I'm so excited. I have a big loofah. I love to grow these things. They're fun. They're really easy to grow. The end product is amazing. You get this beautiful sponge, and they're just exciting. Good morning. Good morning. So, another great thing that happened this last week was this bed. This was our carrot bed. It's about a 22-foot bed. And, you know, last week we talked about pulling the carrots and replanting more green beans. Look at the green beans. They're growing great. I'm so excited. So all of this came up in the last week while I was on my vacay. And the marigolds in there, they're doing beautiful. I just can't get over all these flowers, y'all. This is just awesome. And another great thing is our yellow squash. It is doing awesome. So we've tried to train these to grow up. We've talked about it a lot, and we've done a lot of research, and a squash tree is the way to go. We haven't really had any issues with vine borers. We haven't really had any issues with squash bugs, nothing like that, because of course we do spray and things like that. But our squash is awesome. I picked some giant squash yesterday. You will have to look at that picture. But another highlight is our ground cherries. They have started falling, ripening and falling. And when they fall, that's when you pick them up. And then you set them out on your counter for a few days. The little husk will get kind of crispy like a piece of paper. And then you can open it up and eat it. And they're so good. And these are the pineapple variety. So they kind of taste like pineapples. They're so sweet and so good. And they are high in antioxidants. So if you're looking for a pick-me-up in the afternoon, eat a ground cherry. They're awesome. But this is the one thing I wanted to share with you guys. The corn. We are not planting corn ever again. This is not happening. We will just buy corn at the store. Because I got home Saturday. This corn was beautiful. Now, granted, we've had some awesome, super, hardcore thunderstorms that brought in a lot of wind, and this corn has made it through those storms. Then we started getting our silk last week. So ready for corn. You know, you start getting the silk and you're like, okay, this is going to be awesome. Once the silk starts turning brown, then you can start pulling the ears off. And we were expecting to get a lot of corn. Sunday, we get up and I come out. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's been destroyed. Squirrels. The squirrels came in. You know, last year we had the raccoons. It's either a raccoon or a squirrel. I'm guessing it's a squirrel because they're coming in. And if it was a raccoon, the whole thing would be stripped. But every one of these, they have come in and stripped all the silk off. That one was the proof. And they've just munched and munched and munched. So I'm done with corn. We are not planting corn ever again. It is not going to happen. We're frustrated. So this space is actually going to be cleaned up this week. And we're going to plant something different in here. So we'll share that with you later this week. Another thing I wanted to share with you was our cherry tomato space. I am really, really excited. So we put in yellow pear. There was an orange cherry tomato, a couple of sweet millions, I think, and then a indigo dancing with Smurfs, which I can't tell which one's the indigo in here. Of course, we won't know until they ripen and actually turn purple. But the orange cherry tomato is starting to turn. I am so excited. This was a plant that we got at our local Master Gardener's plant sale, and we wanted to try it out because we've never had an orange cherry tomato. And they're turning, and I'm so ready to eat them. So excited. We've had a lot of awesome things happen this week in the top garden. Just from picking our ground cherries for the first time this season, watching our corn get destroyed. The wind took a lot of our kale and our chard and kind of destroyed it too. We've had a lot of luck with zucchini. Amazingly so, our squash plants are bigger than our zucchini, which is usually backwards. But I'm not going to jinx it. I'm proud of what we got growing on here. But We're going to be making a few changes this week in this garden, so you'll see some updates as we go through. And I just wanted to take some time and kind of give you an idea of what I missed out on over the last week. So thankful to be home, so happy to be home and enjoying our garden space. So I just wanted to kind of end down here in the flowers. We have a lot of flowers, by the way. Came home and they're everywhere. The zinnias are massive. Super excited about everything that's growing in here. The cosmos are still doing amazing. I've got a lot of wild marigolds in there, just some other amazing flowers. An echinacea came up in here. Love it when I get a surprise echinacea in those wildflower mixes. So that's a perennial. It's going to stay there for years. But I was super excited to get out here, talk to you guys about what I missed out on the last week. It's been great. Jeremy did an awesome job keeping up with everything. We stayed in touch. Of course, we FaceTimed every day. But I'm just amazed at what we have and how fast it's taken off in the last week. And if we continue to get these little rain showers, please don't send us the wind. Mother Nature, you've got to hold off on that. But if we continue to get the rain that we're getting, everything's going to be amazing and we're going to be able to make it through this summer without a hitch. But we appreciate you for joining us. I know this video is super long, but I had so much to tell you guys and I really missed you over the last week. I hope you enjoyed looking at everything, getting some updates. Keep a lookout for what we're going to change in the top garden. Keep a lookout for what we've got growing in the old garden. And until next time, we hope you enjoy and stay safe in this weather. Catch you on the flip side.